We've got a Germany fan who's phoned up, Marcus, who is a Chelsea fan as well. Marcus, good evening.
Good evening, guys. Hi.
How are you?
Marcus?
Fine.
How are you feeling?
Jason, great start to the show, I must say. It was very funny.
Well, cheers, Mark. I mean, hey,
yeah,
Marcus,
we are very,
sorry, go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, go on.
Where'd you watch the game, Marcus?
Go on.
I watched it here in Germany. I'm working currently for a project. I'm actually living in London, but at the moment I'm here. I'm actually a data scientist in football business, so I know a bit about numbers. Yeah, and of course it was a very disappointing game, especially in the second half. But from my perspective, I think we still have a chance as Spain scored 7 goals, and we data scientists call that, an overperformance. I hope in the next game against Germany, they will not score so many goals, so we should have a good chance, actually. And then
you've crunched the numbers. When you say you've crunched the numbers, Spain beat Costa Rica 7-0.
Yeah.
So what do you mean? You've crunched the numbers and you feel like you've got a good chance when you've got beat 2-1 by Japan?
Because
That's Livy.
Why are you doing that to Marcus? Sorry, Marcus.
The company I'm working for, we analyze actually a lot of, or we help as well, a lot of football clubs in England as well. So
okay, doing what?
Very relevant. Yeah, we analyze, for example, how you can perform better, which players. So we assess players basically on a more objective way for transfers and so on. Right. So this is kind of a very important field at the moment. And normally the teams perform like on a sinus curve, to say so, and Spain really overachieved. Of course, they were very efficient, but 7 goals is actually you score very rare, as you know. So I hope Germany will increase their efficiency and be able to get something out of that important game.
How has this result gone down in Germany, Marcus? Because I mean, look, if England lost their opening their like Germany did, there'd be uproar, absolute uproar all over the station. How's it gone down on the radio shows out there, on TV?
The same as in UK. It's very similar. So anyway, at the beginning of the World Cup, everybody was very doubtful about the team. So now the news are, of course, even more negative. Now it's speaking about the armband, if that was kind of relevant, or the team got a bit distracted by that. So yeah.
All right, Marcus. All right, thanks for your call. Let's go to Paul.
I feel sorry for Marcus. He sounded very serious, didn't he? Horrible.
We got it, boys. We're going very early here with Germany. We're going very early.
Yeah.
On the pylon.
Wait till they're out.
Germany.
Let's
wait till they get beat 4-0 by Spain, and then let's have the pile in there. Let's go to Paul, who's a Man United fan. Right, Paul?
Hello, mate. All right. I hate to say to Tottenham and Chelsea players, what a great show, but it is, mate.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. I mean, it's gold stuff here, talking about 300,000-year-old Messi's bending coconuts into the top corner of caves. Good. I mean, you can only get that on here, can't you? Shambles.
Right. I rung up to say about the greatest player debate. Right?
Go on.
You've all hit it. Jason actually made a really good point about Pele, about the goals. Are they really worthwhile? A lot of them. Fair enough. But it's very difficult even to compare Ronaldo with Messi at the moment. It'd be 50-50, wouldn't it? Right? If they were both nice people, it'd be 50-50. So, but the one key thing that is missing is the two players that you can compare are Messi and Maradona. Very similar players.
Yes.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But the thing people forget, right, is Messi, if he was playing in that era, when Maradona was in South America or playing for Argentina or come to Naples, every game he was absolutely kicked lumps out of.
Yeah.
Just hatchet men. As soon as he got the ball, and he still held the ball like Messi. Would you all both agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Right? And that's what... And you said it earlier. I think you said they were a bang average side in '86 and they won it. And he nearly dragged them to another World Cups, getting banned, etc. And for that reason, I give Maradona the edge over everybody.
Let me ask you a question, Paul, right? Yeah. So different eras produce different types of players. I think Messi would have adapted. I think he would have found a way to adapt.
He hasn't got the body for it, Jace. He hasn't got...
Neither did George Best. Neither did George Best. You know, George Best was very slight, but George Best played back in the era. You watch how he rode tackles and dealt with.
Yeah, true.
I think what we got to do is it's so difficult. You make a good point, but it's so difficult to compare eras because if Maradona was playing now, Maradona would be protected in the same way Messi's protected. But you go back, Messi would have adapted his game to the way that Maradona did.
But was the whole side built round... sort of, especially in Spain, the side was built round Messi. It was a sort of a system side. You know, I think Ferguson makes the point that Ronaldo would be a great player anywhere. Do you get what I mean? Because he's a finisher. Whereas
I think Maradona would be a great player. Like I was saying to you about a 1,000-year-old caveman. I think he would have adapted to life now, right? So he wouldn't have been living in a cave. He'd be living in a house or a flat. You'd adapt to life, wouldn't you? You would.
Yeah.
Right, so...
Of course. I know what you're saying. People adapt.
So instead of bending in a coconut to the top corner in a cave, he's bending in like a pig's bladder, 100 years ago.
Right. Okay.
So people adapt. It's not like Messi's going to go back to the 1980s and play like he did today because he wouldn't have been brought up that way. The game has changed. The game has been changed to protect the best players, right? So you see the likes of Messi, Ronaldo. We're now going to see one or two other players come through. Because when I used to play, you used to be able to boot them in the air. First tackle, you got a free tackle, no booking. They had to get rid of the tackle from behind. And it's the best way to go because we want to see the flair players play. They're the ones that get us off our seat.
You would have been able to adapt into this modern day
I'd
era.
have adapted.
You'd be sent off in 5 minutes. How would you adapt in this day and age? You're shelling balls out of play.
I'd have been bending coconuts, but beyond the cave. I've been smashing my toes all over the place.
Cunny would actually have to pass out from the back.
I'll be heading coconuts. I'll be clearing it off the line, wouldn't I?